Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Straight off the flight. Poncho is in the building. My guy, what's up?
Yeah, what's good, bro?
Welcome to the show.
Hell yeah, thank you.
This is a little different for us because I don't think we've ever had, well, you're an artist, but you're also, first and foremost, a YouTuber. And you came and rapped today. I think that's like the first YouTuber turned rapper that we've had on the show, if I'm not mistaken. Rob could correct me, but, you know, yep, he said yep. So it's good to have you here, man. Excited to have you.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
Why the Future beat?
What?
The Future, why that beat?
The album was cold. That was probably my favorite single of the album. That's just favorite beat as well off the album. Probably it ties with another one, but I like that. I like that beat a lot.
Sounds like a little different than the music you like put out too, like the way you're rapping and shit like that.
Yeah, but I'll be taking, you know, my influences are all over. So Future's just one of them.
Right. Well, I want to go back to the beginning of like your whole YouTube career because like recently I saw that you lost your YouTube account for like a day or two, right?
Almost.
Is it because you be playing too much?
Nah. See, I ain't that crazy. Basically what happened was, oh my God, it was a dumbass mistake, bro. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Cool. Basically what happened was I got hacked. My email got hacked, and they uploaded 5 videos on my channel. The hacker uploaded 5 videos on my channel, and it was basically like how to get Photoshop for free. And guess what? That's how I got hacked. I was trying to figure out, I got a new laptop. I wanted to get Photoshop for free, even though I should just be buying it. But that's how they got me. I'm not up to date with how hackers be working nowadays, but that's how it happened.
You don't even got like 2-step verification on your shit?
No, I do. I don't know how. No, what happened was with me downloading that virus, because that's how they hacked me. I downloaded a virus. They had access to my device.
Oh, even your phone?
No, just my computer. Okay. So they were logging in through my own like IP address so there wasn't any red flags for Google, or they didn't even have to log in. It was already logged in. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they got me. It was some shit.
Damn, bro. I never even thought about that. Like, I never thought that's a way that hackers could get really into your shit.
That's what I'm saying. They're up to date like crazy now. They be finding different methods and stuff like that.
See, now that they got the 2-step, they got to come up with some other shit now. They got to come up with like a 3rd step for that shit. Nah, I know it sounds corny, but like they really should come up with a 3rd step now.
Nah, for real. I think, after I got it back, I placed like a little, I think they do have a 3rd step. It's like a backup code or something like that.
Oh yeah, you can get on your phone, I think, right?
And that's what I did after I got my account back. But yeah, that was low key a nightmare. I was stressing for a good 3 days.
They got to do like the 2-step, the 3rd step, which is the code, the verification code, the verification question, like where were you born at, and like just one more, just every time you log in.
Yeah, I remember that's how they used to be. I think I remember I used to have to type in a bunch of security questions, but I don't know where they went.
You would think like a YouTuber with millions of subscribers like that, they would have like that type of stuff available to you.
Yeah,
to like protect you.
And like I was trying to get in contact with YouTube. I even have a network, and I'm not trying to like air out my network, but like I thought there would be more options to be able to contact YouTube and be like, yo, like I got my stuff hacked, so what do I do? But it took like them a whole day and a half.
It's crazy, bro.
I was like, yo, what's even the point of having a network? But they at least they solved it. It could have taken like a month.
What do you mean by network?
It's an MCN, so they basically help me with like certain problems like this, or just like say if your videos like get like taken down
or demonetized,
okay. They can help with that. They don't always like fully like give a solution, but they help. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. Yeah, because I've heard of those like networks, but like I wasn't ever really sure. Like I knew about like, I don't know if it's like the same thing as like how the YouTubers back in like the early YouTubers all would like join. I don't remember what the hell they were called, but like when you had like the Ray William Johnsons of the world, they all like joined that one network and then they had to fall out.
I don't know the difference.
I don't know the difference. Yeah.
I don't know the difference.
I mean, like obviously we're on YouTube, but I'm not like deep into like that YouTube music. The music side of YouTube is a little different than like the just the general content creation side of YouTube, I believe.
Yeah. Nah, definitely.
It's like a different. It's like kind of like a different world too.
Yeah, it's see with networks too. Like, there's different types of networks. There's like sponsorship networks, like, but I don't be nowadays. I mean, back when I was like first starting to pop off on YouTube, that's when I started like paying attention to them more. But they're really just kind of people I hit every now and then about certain issues. Really.
So your YouTube journey started back when?
late 2019. That's when I created my channel, but I really started going hard when COVID hit.
Right, I peeped because of that. I peeped, like, I wasn't sure if there was another channel before this one, but I did peep that, like, it really started going during COVID.
Yeah, I mean, I had like, I had like a gaming channel, but it was like when I was a little kid, like a little.
I think we all had one of those at some point. Yeah.
I even seen the rapper Baby Keem actually had one.
He had a gaming channel?
Yeah, he had a Minecraft gaming channel.
No way. Oh, yeah, I did hear. Wait, you told me about that, I think, right?
I thought that was dope. I was like, hell yeah.
Is it still
validates me a little bit?
Is that channel still, like, can you watch that shit, or is it deleted?
I don't even know.
That'd be kind of tight if you could go watch old Baby Keem's. I just seen it one
day. I was like, huh.
Made you feel validated though?
Yeah. I was like, cause really, and I even saw DDG talk about this. Like, see, with YouTubers transitioning over to being artists, it's like people take. I mean, this is just my perception of what I've seen on the internet. People take artists a little bit more seriously than they take YouTubers, because sometimes, who knows? It could be switching now, and I don't really even know for sure. But that's just my perception on it. Sometimes people look at YouTubers as like a little bit corny, and I never really kind of looked at myself as that. But I would just see other people talking about that type of angle.
Right.
But nah, seeing that was definitely really cool. I was like, huh, Baby Keem has a Minecraft YouTube channel from being a kid.
Yeah, that is kind of tight. Yeah, I was actually having the artist who was here before. She's mostly on TikTok, but we were having the conversation about like DDG, like being a social media star or like a YouTube star first, and then transitioning to the music shit too.
Yeah, he's an inspiration too.
DDG? Y'all ever met or no?
Never met him. Love to meet him though.
But your videos is funny as fuck though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I went on like a binge the other night. I was like watching I watched some of the older ones, and I kind of like scrolled, and I was just clicking random ones, and just like sitting there watching them. There was a bunch of them I watched, but it's funny because it's like commentary about like things, and like you know, you add your own stuff. Like it's cool. I fuck with it.
I'll just be speaking my mind on there. I'll just be talking about whatever I see on there that's slightly interesting to me. I'm like, oh, well, I can talk about this.
What's interesting you today?
Like on the things I'm covering.
Yeah, like what are you talking about today?
Well, recently I talked about like there's a YouTuber named Darman, and he be having these little corny little staged videos. So sometimes I just like to laugh at those. I'd be looking at Karens. You know Karens, like Karens on TikTok.
You know
I just be clowning them. I just be laughing at them. Really, like I don't really have like I mean, of course I have a lot of Karen videos, but for the most part, I just be finding whatever I see that piques my interest. Sometimes I'll see like videos on Twitter of like, I remember one time there was this dude that got completely embarrassed by his girl on a flight. Like she was like talking about, we not in first class. And she was announcing it to the whole plane. We not in first class, this broke. You've seen it, yeah. And so I just talked about that. I just be finding really whatever on the internet. Just searching for whatever. But it started off with just like, my channel started off with looking up topics that had a little bit of relevance behind them, so I could kind of, you know, piggyback and launch my channel a little bit. But ever since then, I've been really just talking about whatever. I also talked about a vegan teacher lady, and she was on TikTok, and it's just this lady who tries to force almost every single online creator to become vegan in just the goofiest ways. So it's almost like low-hanging fruit to just talk about it and just kind of laugh at it. So that was one of the topics that I talked about that helped blow my channel up.
That's tough. Yeah, because I felt like, well, you answered it already, but like I was like, what do you figure, like, how do you pick what you want to watch or talk about day to day type shit? Nowadays,
I just be, I mean, I try not to go on Twitter too much nowadays because it's just like sometimes it just kills my mood. But it's really either like comments. I'll look at comments sometimes, see what's going on, see what they pitch an idea or something. I also look at my Discord. I have a Discord, or just, you know, searching on YouTube. Really, because sometimes I'll have like on my little recommended feed just like a video pop up that just piques my interest. I'm like, oh, this is easy to talk about. Put it in my notes. Done.
Bing, bang, boom, done. So when you start making the transition over to music, right? Like, what was that decision for you?
So I actually I've been producing beats for around 8 years now. I started out in middle school, and I actually started off with EDM.
Nice.
because that was just what I was into as a middle schooler or whatever age I was. And I went from that to making hip hop beats around 2 years later. And really, I never really transitioned. I mean, yeah, from the public eye, I transitioned from YouTube to music, but I've always been really singing, producing. I've been doing this for a while, ever since before I started creating my YouTube content.
Okay.
So I've really always loved doing music, but it started off with production.
Gotcha.
And I would also go to local rappers just in my area and produce for them. I would engineer for them as well. I used to be real cheap. I used to do it for like $25-$50 and they'd get like a real quality song. Because keep in mind, EDM producing is, I mean, I don't want to say it's like harder, but in a way it's more complex. You got like so many layers of sound that you have to use in electronic music. So it was easy going from EDM to hip hop. Because, you know, in typical hip hop beats, you have an open hi-hat, kicks, clap, snare, and whatever else the producer wants to add. But really, that's like the main instruments in hip hop beats. So it really wasn't hard transitioning from that. But I started having people rap on my beats, started engineering for them, and then I just decided I was like, yo, I might just do this myself, because I'm thinking of melodies when I'm listening to my own beats, and I'm like, dang, I really want to do this. But at the time, I was like unsure. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I might sound corny. I don't know if my singing voice is even really that good. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it all really started. I mean, I know your question was transitioning from YouTube to music, but really, I've always been doing music.
You have any good placements, or was it mostly just local rappers at the time?
Mostly just local rappers and a few, I don't want to call them internet rappers, but I mean, rappers that don't really have much of a local presence and more of an online presence. I did
Nothing
a
wrong
few
with
of those. And no, it was definitely a learning experience for me to, you know, just with song creation in general. Yeah.
Yeah, I even peeped, like, there was like one of your older posts on Instagram was like you and Mosey together too. Even though it wasn't that old of a picture.
Yeah, nah, I had my guy link me up with him, and that was just a cool little time.
Produced or?
Nah, we were just listening to music in the studio. We weren't even making none.
You played him your stuff?
Huh?
You played him your stuff? What do you think?
He said I had a lot of potential, which was a real, like, kind of pat on the back for myself. I was like, that really kind of built my confidence up for, okay, now I can finally start like showing people around me and stuff like that. Because at first it wasn't even really that I thought I was bad or anything. But keep in mind, coming out of Kansas, I'm seeing all this stuff through a screen. So I'm not really seeing too much of a scene anywhere. I didn't feel like I could really be a part of it. That's how I felt in the beginning. But you know, with Mosey telling me that I had potential, it was definitely dope.
No, that's fire. And like I was even checking out some. Obviously, like I've checked out your music. Like when we were supposed to do this a couple weeks ago, right? And I was like, this is dope. Like I see the potential. And like even you coming here today and you rapping, I was like, oh shit, yeah, he got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
Because it's like, you know, it's like obviously you're new to music, but you're not new to music. You're just used to like making this type of music.
And there's a difference, at least for me, because say I started with singing or rapping. When I'm making songs, I still look at it through the lens of like I still look at it through a producer lens. Like I'll be so focused on the beat and just how detailed it needs to be for me to be able to hit it like how I want it. I'm so particular with that. But nah, yeah, it's definitely been a ride with learning how to move as an artist and how to do different techniques as an artist with singing and rapping and stuff like that. Yeah. Because
even you were telling me that you've been like working on like your new stuff is like completely different from like what you've already put out already too.
It's not even really different. It's just well, yeah, it's different.
It's like a level up.
Yeah, I'm evolving definitely, and I'm finding my sound more. I'm finding the sounds that I guess you could say I thrive on. Really, I started focusing more. This was recently, actually. I started like picking out in my beats, why is this my sound? And I started realizing, okay, well, or not why is this my sound, but what makes my sound my sound? I had to really like break it down for myself to get a range of, you know, how I work and what my sound will be. And it's really just like euphoric elements. I like euphoric type of sounds. I like soft sounds, like soft piano, stuff like that. So really just been trying to figure out my sound with that. But yeah, it's definitely been evolving.
Do you feel like you found it now?
I feel like I'm always gonna be trying to find it. Really, I don't want to ever be at a point where I'm like, oh, I found it. Well, I mean, no, I don't. I don't say that. I mean, I really want to be always trying to figure out new things to do with my sound. That's really because for me, that's how it always has been with producing. I've been just trying to find new sounds to use in my beats. So I feel like that's a good route to have as an artist as well.
Well, because I even feel like with Who Am I, like that's a very self-reflective type of like record too. And with that being said, is like, you know, do you feel like that record too is kind of like also like you trying to find like that too?
Yeah, most definitely. That was a point where I had just moved out to Georgia, and I was trying out. I was meeting new producers. I was meeting different engineers and stuff like that. And basically, that was just a beat I got played by my boy Wiz. Shout out Wiz. And I was like, you know, I like this beat a lot. It doesn't sound like the typical thing I'd hit, but I like it, so I might as well hit it. And really, that was kind of a step for me to try to, you know, evolve my sound.
And I see that. So with the new music, when do you think you got this new stuff coming out? What's kind of going on with that?
I don't got a release date for my next song, but I got a song called Selfish dropping here soon. And it's a chill record. Again, I don't really have a date for it yet. We're still trying to perfect the song and master it and whatnot. But really that song, it's got like a similar I mean the same tempo as Who Am I, but it's more of a chill vibe. It's got a softer piano. It's got little different elements to it, and yeah.
It's funny because like you were talking about how you said you hate Twitter, but I think I saw you even tweet that you didn't like Twitter too.
Yeah. I be getting on there sometimes in the morning. I'm like, why am I on Twitter? That shit's already like, I'm already seeing dumb tweets and stuff like that. You see it all over. But I mean, it is also dependent on who you follow. So I've been unfollowing a bunch of people too.
Oh, damn. You've been on the unfollow spree, cleaning up your feed?
Yeah, I've been, and it's really just like, it's really just like people I follow that be following like OnlyFans girls. I'm like, why is this on my timeline? You feel me?
Right, which is also leading into my next thing. You said that like watching porn is like, what'd you say? Watching porn ain't a normal thing to do as a human, bruh.
And when I say that, like I get that it's a normalized thing within our culture, within the youth. I get it, but you know that shit be damaging people. It's been a fat minute since I even checked that out.
Really?
Yeah, I don't watch porn.
Why don't you watch porn?
Cause it's really just see, and I'm gonna sound like too deep talking like this, but like there's I believe in instant gratification. Like I believe that stuff exists, and like if you try to like gratify yourself instantly off of it, you can fall in that loophole. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel that way.
I don't think that's a bad way to think.
Yeah,
I think that's a good way to think. Honestly, it's kind of like with like just things being handed to you.
Yeah, and there's like dudes I know that like talk about it so casually, and like that's cool, but like I don't see them getting into girls. I'm like, yo, like you focused on the wrong things. But
talking about porn casually is kind of crazy though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, I'm not gonna like violate anybody for talking about it publicly, but that's how I feel too.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, hey, look, if you watch porn once in a while, hey, it is what it is. But if you progressively not getting anything,
yeah, I even think I saw Kanye talking about it on Jimmy Kimmel. He said I still watch Pornhub, but that's Kanye.
But that's Kanye. Yeah, it's Kanye. It's Kanye. What are you gonna do about that?
Nah.
Huh? What video today? No, he wasn't. He was playing the Adidas Executives a porn video. All right. Anyway, you met Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Random but cool. Like
little dinner with him.
You had dinner? I thought y'all just like ran into each other randomly.
Yeah. Nah. We had dinner. He was spitting. He was spitting. He was just giving me some mindset tips on just how to evolve. Not really even just as an artist, but as a human. So yeah, it was cool.
What type of advice does Gene Simmons give?
I can't say.
Okay, that's
I can't
fine.
say it's sauce, bro. That's been helping me out.
But how did the dinner happen then?
Through my guy Jay.
Okay.
Hmm.
He was just like, hey,
Yeah, he knew him. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna get you in line with Gene Simmons. So I was like, all right, cool.
just got you a dinner with Gene
Yeah.
Simmons.
I was like, all right.
Very like
I just be
randomly
rolling
casual.
with it. Yeah, I don't even be questioning. I just be rolling with it.
That's pretty fire, man. You a big Gene Simmons fan, like in general?
My parents are. My parents are. I haven't really dug too deep into rock. I feel like it's an area I don't know much about. I should definitely check it out. Though,
Maybe one day.
Yeah, no,
Get some
definitely.
guitar riffs in the background of your beats, you know?
And I also look at like certain rappers nowadays as like the new age rock stars. You
I
know what
agree.
I'm saying? Because they have similar like I don't really care values. You know what I'm saying? It's dope.
But they also have like guitar riffs in their songs, like Kenny Mason.
Yeah.
Like Kenny Mason here, I'll play you just the beginning so I don't get fucking copyrighted.
Yeah, no, you good.
But like Kenny Mason, you already know about the copyright shit. I know you know.
Yeah,
but,
that
like,
should be a bitch. Yeah,
That's like-
that's totally rock. You know what I'm saying?
shout out Kenny Mason. But like yeah, like you even see like a lot of artists that like hip hop artists nowadays, they're like have that rock influence in their music.
Oh yeah, and especially like as you mentioned, people are putting like rock elements in their beats.
Yep.
People are sometimes even you can look at XXXTentacion, rest in peace. He even had songs that were completely like alternative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That weren't even hip hop at all. And he was a real genre bender. And that's why I kind of look at like the similarities. But I definitely want to check out rock sometime. I definitely need to do my little dig in it.
I was gonna say, yeah, like he had like guitar riffs, all this shit like that in his music too. And I think like obviously you look at him and you look at a lot of the other SoundCloud guys in that time, and they're the reason why a lot of these new age people are the way how they are too. Because a lot of the kids now who are hot are like 16 through 20, and they grew up listening to them.
Yeah, they paved the way.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
In a way, yeah.
In
Now
a
they
way.
paved the way. I think like they helped make it more cool to use rock elements in your music. Like it was cool for them, wasn't that cool to like
Yeah.
I guess like the general public, quote unquote. But like
Yeah.
and now like the general public is more accepting of rock and hip hop
Definitely.
being not one thing, but like meshing a little bit more now than it did like 5-6 years ago too.
Yeah, it's definitely really cool. I fuck with it.
Yeah, I love it. So what else is next for you? So we got more music on the way.
More shows on the way. Really, that's a little local thing, but
That's cool.
I've been really focusing on the music. I've been doing shows. I'm only 2 shows in. I'm really just trying to build that foundation out. In Kansas and in Topeka and Lawrence. They're really fun. Mostly because I can just connect with the people who are actually listening to my music. I can, it's a good confidence booster as well for me. But what else? I've been making more beats as usual, making the YouTube videos. I really want to start getting a project together. That's another thing I have in mind that's going to be coming soon. Not sure when. I don't really have an idea for it yet, but that's something that I definitely want to tackle. Yeah, that's really all I've been on for the most part.
Dope. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you grow, man. I'm looking forward to
hell
the
yeah.
project and seeing like the new music that you've been talking about today. I'm looking forward to seeing like what it brings in the future.
Yeah, you definitely gonna mess with it.
Well, look, man, I appreciate you being here.
yeah.
Before we get out of here, you can let the people know where they can follow you at. Anything else that the fans and the people out there should know? Now's the time to do it. This camera right here.
Instagram at PonchoWT, Twitter at Poncho is bored. That's all I got.
Poncho do be bored on Twitter. So go entertain him, but don't entertain him with OnlyFans porn, please.
Nah, hell nah. Can't see that no more.
Make sure you go follow him. Go subscribe to his YouTube page. Go run up all the music he has out now. Go run up the freestyle that's out now.
Oh yeah.
Go show him some love. Go show him some support. Love and support is free. OnlyFans isn't, but you don't need that. Till next time, Poncho on the radar. My brother.
Appreciate you, dog.
Love. Boom.
Hell yeah.